This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
I was standing on the corner when I heard my bulldog bark.
Talking Heads with Nazi and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Good afternoon, good day, how are ya? This is Pearly in the house. It is so good to be back here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM and Talking Heads. Did you miss me? Because I miss you all. It's been a month. I've been gone doing some other things, but I'm back. I'm so happy to be back here. And guess what? I need you to be Talking Heads, and this is how you're going to do it.
Here's how you can become a Talking Head. Brought to you by BTC.
It is so easy. 323-6232. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, 325-4259, 325-4259, or toll free 242-300-5720. That's 242-300-5720. And of course, if you don't want to call, no problem, text me. I need to hear from you. And it's easy. It's powered by BTC, 422-4796, 422-4796. Let me hear from you. Let's talk. We can talk about a number of things. It'd be good just to hear you say you missed me. But let's find out what's going on in the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
In the front page of our Guardian today, it says a new agenda. Government pledges reforms in immigration, healthcare, technology, and housing. Davis administration makes fresh promises on FOIA, Independent Investigations Commission. Johnson's election as Senate VP was contrary to the Constitution. Kingsley Smith heckled as he takes oath of office. That's interesting. Talk about that. And in the business section, new PLP government, too many still feeling pressure of high cost of living. The first responsibility of any administration is to secure economic stability and create the conditions for national growth. Government plans investment policy overhaul. New Davis administration promises further real property tax relief. Oh, that's good. CHBL total assets exceeds $1.1 billion. And J.S. Johnson first quarter net income up to $700,000. Wow. So how's everybody doing? What's going on? How you feeling? We want to talk about a couple of things. I thought about bringing a guest on today, but I said, you know what? I just want to chat with the listeners today, and then next week we'll have guests. And we're not going to be political every week. Since the speech from the throne was yesterday in the House of Parliament open, we'll talk a little politics. But going forward, we're going to talk about a number of things. Yes, politics will always be a part, but we'll talk about things that will make, that interest you. So if there's any topics, any things you want to talk about, hit me up, let me know. I'll be trying to get a guest that can talk about it, and let's try and make it fun and interesting as we move forward. Did you hear the speech from the throne? I got to ask you a couple of questions here. Did you hear the speech from the throne? Did you find anything in it that grabbed you and say, hey, let's move forward in this? There's a question I want to ask as well. I want people to text me, call me, and let me know if you did not vote, why did you not vote? What's the reasoning for you not voting? This is the lowest voter turnout in the history of Bahamian politics. I think I can be wrong. But it's disturbing to see that there's so much voter apathy in this country, and particularly amongst the young people. Is it you just don't care? You're making that money in your pocket, you don't worry about anything? Or is it you tired of this, or were you afraid of the long lines? Just let me know. No judgment whatsoever. I just trying to get a feel as to why people didn't vote. You're hearing everybody coming up with their scenarios. Oh, people tired of all the parties. They're tired of the two parties. They want to move on. Maybe so. Or they didn't want to go through them long lines. Or they think the process is this, that. I just want to know why people will stay home. And then the next question I want to ask, I heard former Deputy Prime Minister, former minister in the minister's administration, Desmond Bannister, says to the FNM, you need to bring some of us, you need to bring us back home. You need to invite us back. Should they? I mean, some people said, oh, you spent 4 years downing the party, not helping the party, but now you want to come back. Is that a reason not to let them back? Should you let them back? Should Dr. Minnis come back to the FNM? Should Desmond Bannister and others come back to the FNM? Or should they just, as the people in Kalani responded, should they just retire? Let me know what you think. I have my opinions, but I want to keep them to myself. And now I just want to know how people feel. I want to know what people think about it. And we'll just have a nice conversation about it. And maybe at the end of the hour, I'll say how I feel. Let's get right to our first caller. Call you on the air. How you doing today?
Burley, what's going on, man?
Hey, brother. I rate you.
All is well?
I can't complain. You know, God is good.
You're just the party, and now you're talking about getting back into the inclusion.
Uh-huh.
Huh? You all need to come back to the party, man. You all need to go be independent or whatever you all want to be.
So you don't think they should? You don't think the party should let them back in?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I could let people who dissident into the party who are against you.
That's true. I understand that. That's like a man who's.
How that could happen?
Yeah. At least, and if you are going to consider them, shouldn't they apologize and say, "Hey, we sorry we did this"?
Yes, Burley. Consider it this way. You
Okay.
all cause us lose the election because you all make it look like it's divisive. The party split. And now you all talking about coming back. Get some bad somebody carry him, but come from around here to talking foolishness around there, bro.
I understand. I got you.
You gotta be crazy.
I got you.
You gotta be crazy, Burley.
Yeah, I, you know what? I tend to agree with you. That it's like a man who's, you know.
What you all doing?
Yeah, but they say in politics, there's always some forgiveness at some point in time.
Ain't no forgiveness, Burley.
Uh-huh.
Come from around here. You all let show who you all is and what you all into.
So they did.
You all caused the FNM lose the election because you all saying they wasn't into nothing and they take you all out or whatever or do this to you all and all that foolishness. When they didn't do that, it was you all was aligned to one person.
Yeah.
You understand? You all was aligned to Minnis.
Yeah.
You nobody on Minnis run, bro.
I hear you.
Kalani ain't on Minnis run.
Well,
so
they showed that.
On Minnis run.
The Kalani showed that. That's true.
All right, then. Come from around there, bro.
All right, brother. Thanks for your call. Take care. Good to hear your voice again. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, your question, the first question is about, in reference to the low turnout, why I think that is.
Uh-huh.
I think where you have a situation where you can have one particular party, the base turns up, shows up,
Yeah.
and represents, do what they have to do, okay?
Uh-huh.
After the campaign, I think it was a relatively short campaign.
Yeah, well, it was within the law.
Right, I understand that, but getting its message out to its base,
Uh-huh.
right? And it ties in, so it says something for persons who did not come out and vote, okay?
You think they didn't get the message?
Who might have made a huge difference. And a lot of when you look at the third party, they made a real impact.
Yes, they did.
In this election.
Yes, they did.
So I think the question ties into your second question in reference to, like a Mr. Desmond Bannister was saying what he said. But I think he was speaking from the heart because I think he truly loves the FNM.
Okay.
Okay, and the thing is.
But if you love the FNM, why you work against them and did not support them during the election?
But he came out and said he's an FNM during the campaign. He said he supports the FNM. I don't know how he voted. I didn't hear him say he voted. He did not vote for the FNM.
Okay, understood.
But I'm saying, to be angry, and I know what it is. Sometimes when you on the losing side and you're really hurt, and you persons who once supported you, whatever. I guess was split or people just didn't show up, but they turned on against their party, right?
Uh-huh.
I think, cause I remember when the PLP had that devastating loss, they had to do a whole deep dive, and remember Mr. Kalanis, the late Kalanis?
Yeah.
All of Mr. Rigby and all of those, they had to go there and do so many different things to find out what the reasons was. And I don't think it's the time. I understand you have to get over your pain and your discomfort and whatever, but the thing is, there has to be a way. You may say these people hurt you, they turned on you, they did not, but they to say, well, go about your business. I think there should be a day or time for reflection. I think that maybe apologies need to be, given, but I think that's an internal thing that persons have to do in order to, because it's perception, and I think that may be a step to really get a gathering for persons to, come together and resolve situations,
yes.
Move on and try and come together because the FNM has always been an outstanding party. They've been made so many strides in this country.
Yeah.
And you don't need, because you saw what happened in the last election, you need to come together stronger. And, because there are so many young, bright minds in the party.
Yes.
But I think it's going to take a coming together, and I think maybe this voter apathy may die off after, next couple of years.
Well, I hope so. I think the party needs to have a conclave, some sort of conclave, and for lack of a better description, or come to Jesus moment and say, hey, why did people not support us? Why did people stay home?
Yeah, but please,
why,
I don't like the idea of saying, putting people out and pushing people away and putting them on a little island, because they may be on that island or that they'll keep for a while, but sometimes someone may send a raft for them to catch on to that raft, and they'll really appreciate it. So I think, because there has to be something that had them there for all those years, and they made contributions to the party as well. So I think
I agree with you.
Coming together.
There's a religious story that I heard that there was, somebody always said there was a flood going on, and this lady was very devout to God, very, God will be there for me all the time. And there was a flood, and a house got a flood, and she went on the roof, and somebody came by in a boat to get her, in a jet ski to get her, and she's like, no, the Lord can save me. Then there's another set of people came by in a boat, and she said, oh no, I go and wait on the Lord can save me. Then they came in a helicopter, and she said, oh no, the Lord can save me. And then eventually the water came and she drowned. And when she came to heaven, she said, God, why didn't you save me? He said, I sent three people for you.
Sometimes, that's right.
And I say that to say, is I remember a press conference that Michael Pinta had where he extended the olive branch. And it may be the same thing that God sent somebody to save you, but you decided not to grab onto that olive branch. So, let's be real and truthful about what really went down, and stop telling people some stories that aren't true.
Right, the meeting of the minds. And
yes.
Like I say, truth, it's time to take this truth serum and like I say, eventually I think it's going to all pan out.
I hope so, for the good of the country, not necessarily for the good of the party, for the good of the country.
For the good of the country, yes, you're right. Okay, take care.
Okay, take care. Good to hear your voice. Call you on the air. How you doing today? Hey.
I call back again. Screw them, boy. They was against the FNM.
Understood.
You understand what I say?
Uh-huh.
You know what time it is, Pearl. You don't act like you won't know what time.
I got to be neutral on the radio.
Don't act like you won't know what time it is.
Oh, I do know the time.
Against the FNM.
I do know the time.
What I say?
And I know the real story.
All their commentary and whatever they say was against the FNM.
True.
You understand?
I agree.
All right, then.
All right, brother. I appreciate that. Let's read a couple of texts. And people, in another role I played, I'm very. I know what's going down, and it's one day the truth will really come out. Text says, Pearly, it's one thing to say I want to come back humbly, but don't tell me you all have to invite me back. They want to get begged to come back. Point. Next, what's the next? What do they do here? Okay, next point. Next thing. I think Pindad needs to resign. He tried hard and had a lot of obstacles, but he does not appeal to the people as leader. The Minnis and Ingram, Old Guard also have to move on. They have a lot of young leaders, Deal, Carlisle Bethel, Michael Ellis, Barnett Ellis. Support, but the Old Guard, including Pindad, can no longer be in the forefront. Next text says, good evening, you SAC guy, and welcome back to the airwaves. You were sorely missed with your ideas and views. Thank you so much. Next text says, welcome back, Mr. Thompson. I believe you guys in the Free National Movement are the biggest political JAs I have ever seen. I said that's how you guys could get into a public argument so close to election. Stupid dude. Is it true that you were in charge of communication, something to do with the campaign for the Free National Movement? What responses do you take for the losing so horribly? What I do outside this radio station, I understand where you're trying to go, Dexter, but let's don't do that, all right? Let's do not the first day back. Because I could say some things, and I choose to, like my mother said earlier today, just hold your head. So I can hold my head on that. I was involved, okay? That's the most I'm going to say to you right now. What type of madness would it be for the FNM to listen to the PLPs and those who sought and were successful in destroying the party to take their advice in rebuilding? The failure of the FNM has been that the CEO, chairman of the party, has failed on 2 cycles to build infrastructure branches for the party. There's no real branches existing in our party. This failure has been catastrophic and should be put in the feet of the chairman. First of all, FNM don't call them branches, they call it associations, and your point is taken. Come back. Why, when I needed you, you were not there for me, and who is to say that you won't do it again? Why should you have to be invited back? Go back, apologize, and be accepted back and move on. Here we go. The FNM, a bunch of texts coming in. It says here, what did I do? The FNM needs more competent 21st century leadership with ideas and speaks the language of the new silent majority, which is the 60% of the population born since the 80s. The most competent person, in spite of his age, is C. Alan Johnson. He seems to understand data collection and use. He is an FNM. I know he supported Pintard and did a decent job defending him. What else we got here? Callie on there. How you doing?
Hey, pleasant good evening, Billy.
How you doing? I'm good.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I just want to give an input on what I think might have affected the FNM's defeat at the polls.
Okay.
One, I think that, first of all, their ground game was not on point.
Okay.
They could have done a better job in organizing campaign strategies.
Okay.
The next thing is that the senior people of the previous government, with the exception of a few, they did not support the ground campaign, the support for the organization.
Okay.
That was absent. I think there was a disconnect with the younger voters. I don't think whether or not we, as a party, reached out or did sufficient to galvanize the young vote.
Okay.
Whether or not the association was assigned to that, the youth arm was not visible in the constituency.
The Torchbearers.
I don't think there was the training for the campaign team. That was not evident. I don't know if they had sufficient time, but there could have been better training and the use of technology.
Okay.
I don't think we communicated with the masses.
I know that they did tremendous amount of poll work training and all that stuff. I can attest to that. All this you're saying to me leads back to and I would say it the better way, the unfairness of a government knowing when the election is coming and the opposition doesn't know, so it's hard to prepare. So I'm all for fixed election dates. That's where we know it's coming. You know what you have to do, and let the shift forward in May when that does happen.
And the last thing I'm going to point, I'm not being critical. I'm just being objective.
No, and I appreciate that you are. You're being very objective. That's fine.
Yeah, and I don't think that the party did enough to get their voters to the polls. Like making sure that you know the person's name, you know their supporters. Did we go and find them when we realized that they did not vote? Point. At the midday point. We didn't make a sufficient effort.
Very good point.
Other than that, I'm optimistic. I'm looking great things from Ellsworth Johnson. I think he's a stable young man.
Yes.
Rick Fox. I'm looking Michael. I'm looking the things from her.
Yeah.
And I could say Rollins. It's a great. I'm optimistic.
Okay.
I think the work is put in, you can get results. You got to support the leader. You got to support the leader. Whenever that time comes to say, well, if there's going to be a challenge, let it be done early, get it out of the way, and move forward as a team.
And I agree. Pintard is the leader. You support him until such time. If they call a convention, if somebody else puts their name forward and they win, then you move on to your new leader. But until that such time comes, you need to support the leader that you have.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you much. All the best to you, my friend.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate your call. Call you on the air. How you doing?
You cut me, but like I said.
Oh, I'm sorry, but go ahead, brother.
You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They to follow suit. You understand what I'm saying? Support the party.
Yeah.
It is to support the party. There's on the Minnes.
Yeah.
Minnes Lewis, he sees in Kalani, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you all need to go CYC. You understand?
I got you.
The party moving forward. all the Lincoln deal them in there, all them young fellas in there, ready to make them move and make this party go forward.
Yeah.
You all is the one who caused us.
Yeah, I hear your point, and I think it's time for the young people to step up and make their mark.
Exactly.
Us old folks, it's time for us older guys to step aside and allow the young people to do it.
They need to go. You all need to part the party. You all need to go.
Gotcha.
All right,
brother. Okay. That caller really trying to make sure his point gets across. But I hear him. Caller on there. How you doing?
Hi, good day, Pearlie.
Hi. How are you? Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm just calling. I voted. Since I've been able to vote, I've voted every election. But this time around, I don't know if I want to vote anymore because this last election really proved. I don't know. It's like it proved like a lot of shady stuff happening, so it's very discouraging.
Understood.
So I don't know if that's something a lot of persons who didn't vote, if that's how they felt, but this is how I'm starting to feel moving forward.
But if you see a lot of shady stuff going, that should even motivate you more to make change, to bring out change for the country. And I tell young people, this is your country, and while things may be financially good for you or life going okay, that could change in a moment. And it's important that you step up and do your part to make sure that the country moves forward.
Yeah, I get that. But like I said, it's just a matter of it being discouraging.
I understood.
I feel like, if once we start seeing justice happening at the top level,
yes,
that would be more motivating, for me at least.
Understood. Okay. But don't be a stranger. Call back again soon, okay?
I will.
All right. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hi, good afternoon, Pearlie. How are you?
I right here, God is good.
Wonderful. Listen, what I'm going to say to you might not sound like sense, right?
Okay.
Seriously, I am a senior citizen. I've been voting from that time.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. 70% of the PLP base, they don't worry about the issues of this country.
They just support their party.
Sinking and going down, they don't care.
Okay.
The only thing they base concern about is the peas and rice, chicken, macaroni, and rum.
And music.
Okay? As long as you give them that shirt and that hat and one horn to blow, see how they give out them horn?
Yeah.
They satisfied. They ain't worrying about what they go into the food store with tomorrow morning. And if they could eat or nothing like that. They don't care about the issues.
Okay.
And that's the problem we face in this country. The PLP base, they don't care about the issues of this country. It's all about the peas and rice, macaroni, and rum. Thank you, sir.
I got you, brother. Thanks for calling. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. And, without sounding biased, I said maybe about 10 years ago that I admire the Jamaican election process because those people follow the issues. And I had a Jamaican housekeeper who knew the issues that was going on in Jamaica, knew why the JLP or the PNP and was able to articulate why they would go this way and what needs to happen. And I think we get too much into the euphoria of the music and the partying and the great times and going by the headquarters with the grill light and all that stuff and the couple dollars you get in your pocket and not looking at exactly what's the issues of your country. And for that, I hope that we become more politically astute and more politically educated in what's going on in our country, particularly on the issues, and vote based on the issues. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Good day. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother.
Yeah, I like that previous caller just now. I think he needs to be focusing on why the FNM didn't win and stop trying to analyze what the PLP is all about. He made us seem as though that we don't have a brain, we can't analyze, we can't debate, we can't come to conclusions, we're not concerned about issues in the country. And I think that was the biggest issue for the FNM. They were focusing too much on what they believe should be mentioned, and rather than focusing on the facts rather than fiction, and worrying about what they need to do to make themselves more viable to the Bahamian public.
Understood.
And as I said before, and I will continue to say this, if they had learned nothing from the last defeat, and they're still here with sore wounds, talking about what the PLP done, the horns, the this, the that, and everything like that, let them keep focusing on that for the next 5 years. We encourage them to keep focusing on that for the next 5 years. And as a result of that, the same process is going to take place. One of the other things that they need to focus on is this, and I'm surprised that I haven't heard anything about it yet. You have a former deputy leader, that's not in the Senate, in other words, and he's out in the parking lot on his soapbox and trying to be heard, and has nothing behind him. If he decided that he didn't want a position, then I think the party should say, okay, he decided that he didn't want a position. The bigger problem is the optics, and obviously the FNM still ain't learned nothing yet, because at the end of the day, if they think people ain't out here thinking about, oh, well, why didn't they offer the deputy leader a position? And the mindset is that maybe something may be going on behind the scenes, may have been on a long time. These are the things that the FNM should be worrying about, rather than trying to analyze and analyze till they paralyze with the PLP. The PLP did what they were supposed to do and did it effectively.
And let me ask you a question. What is it they were supposed to do and they did effectively? That's my question. Because I know a lot of money was spent.
Well, let's put it this way. A lot of money was spent on both ends.
Oh, no, but the PLP spent far more than the FNM.
Well,
far more.
Well, let's put it this way. If you believe that it was only money that was the issue,
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you. No, brother. I'm not saying that. I'm asking you.
But other than looking internally and fixing what needs to be fixed internally. They come up with every excuse in the world for getting the cut behind that they got.
So let me ask you a question. We had the lowest voter turnout. Why did people stay home?
Bro, you could sing that until...
I'm just asking the question. I'm not singing anything.
I'm going to tell you why. So how come if we had the lowest turnout, how come it is that the PLP was effective enough to get their lower turnout to come out and y'all wasn't?
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I hear that point. But we still got to look at the fact that this is a country that has celebrated 89, 91% voter turnout in the last two elections. We keep going down.
We're going through a major phase globally. Just look around what's going, especially in the Caribbean. Low voter turnout has now become the norm.
Oh, I accept that.
Unfortunately, it has become the norm.
Let me get a point. Hold that point right there. It has been lowered voter turnout across the Caribbean and across many nations for years, and we still as a country celebrated the highest voter turnout ever. 90%, and when Jamaica was going to 60%, when other countries were going very low for years. All of a sudden now the Bahamas is going low. How do we explain that?
Well, bro, as I started to say to you, it's either two things. It's either one, the people ain't buy what and I'm only talking about based on now, because I need to talk about now as far as the recent events.
Okay.
It's either that the people didn't buy that the economy was in ruins, the car issue, and all these other issues. The economy, obviously they didn't buy it. And the effectiveness of what the message is as a nationwide concept, people probably, I only could say, obviously people didn't see that much of an issue, because they either they stayed home, they didn't trust either what they were hearing on both ends, or they believed in progress. It's as simple as that.
But if you believe in progress, you would come and vote for it.
Hey, and let me put it this way. That's what I just said to you. They either didn't believe on both ends. When I say both ends, I'm being objective here.
Yes, I hear you.
All right? Or the messaging and the same sentiments that you're saying now, that is the same sentiments that the opposition needs to determine what is going on with them. Why couldn't they get their base out? Why couldn't they get the numbers?
Okay.
And when you get in a situation where you have a third party taking major votes and almost coming as close in some districts as close as the official opposition, that's something that they need to think about, not us. We need to work on what we promised the Bahamian people that we're going to do, and that is what we're looking at.
Okay.
We ain't trying to focus on, what Tom Jones or Sally Joe believe the PLP need to do. The PLP know what they need to do, and that's why we're doing it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take a quick break. Callers, don't go anywhere. We come right back to you. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 Talking Heads. Yes, I'm back. Call us, hold firm. Don't go nowhere. We coming right back to you. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Going down Harrow Road. Going down Robinson Road. Going down Carmichael Road. Again, lick nobody. Don't lick nobody.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, then wrapped in a delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bumped into a wall when she's running after the churn them.
Yeah, but last Saturday you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
What you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business, then Jack come after me, and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll-free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and we could text them, and the messages get on mix up before it leave your phone, so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
KB and Sting, coming with the Bohemian Ting. Come on. Woo!
The Bohemian Ting. Ah, boy. Politics in this country is something else. We get to the callers in 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Let me just quickly read one or two texts. Desmond Bannister is a Grinch from BPL Saiga. He's a natural hater. Time for his retirement. He's a sore loser. Come back. The PLP caller is a part of 70 Cent. Is a part of 70 Cent that focus on food. He sings for his supper. PLP gerrymandering and money that causes the PLP win. At the CARICOM as the CARICOM observer said. It was interesting, and you know what? I really would like to see the report from the CARICOM observer, and I'm going to get it, and we can discuss that probably next week, because it's interesting to see what they saw and how they looked at how we ran our elections and what went down. And, you know, you could say that they spent a lot of money, but the kind of money that the PLP spent was oh, boy. I live in Fort Charlotte. I know it's a bastard there. Tremendous amount of money spent. And some of the figures I'm hearing is crazy. And does it call for election finance reform? Do we need to be more focused or transparent on what we spend and how the money how we got the money? Is there time for a fixed election? There's some things that we got to seriously take into account. And you can say all you want to say about why the F&M lost, how the PLP won. And you could tell the F&M they got to focus. And the F&M knows that they have some work to do. There's some things, some mistakes they made, some things they didn't get right. But they didn't run a bad campaign. The PLP ran a great campaign. The PLP spent a ton of money. And I could say some stories that I've been told, but, you know, let's move on. Caller, you're on the air.
What's up, man?
Hey, brother, what's saying?
Everything good. Listen, Pearly, you know, one thing with F&Ms love to run with PLP propaganda against the party, and they will care that, and for some reason we have never get to deal with that in terms of correcting our people with it.
Yes.
You see the gentleman just now
said that, the former deputy leader, the deputy leader didn't get a seat in the Senate. I hope that the deputy leader, Shannon Cartwright, make a statement immediately, to dispel any kind of, whatever people are trying to story up. And it's sad to see that our party has always been able to do so much for the Bahamian people, but any little thing come across, any little foolish talk come across, our people take that and run with it. And it's sad.
Well, I know the deputy leader, Shannon Cartwright, sent a text to Shiva Ogalang earlier today that expresses support of the elected 8 and the appointed senators, and he said it was Shannon Cartwright. So it was an interesting text. Go ahead.
No, you're doing your rounds. You did your rounds in the election. Go do your rounds, because what is going to happen is people is going to run with that, and persons are going to call us out and stay home when we call for them to come out and vote for us.
Yes.
Fairly honestly, the case Michael Pintat made against this administration, the case he made to sign a contract with the Bahamian people for 5 years. No one in the world couldn't tell me he wasn't going to get that contract.
Okay.
And so sad to see that, our own. I listened to the former Deputy Prime Minister, Desmond Bannister, who lost his seat as a Deputy Prime Minister.
Yes.
Is now...
And was not appointed a senator by Minnis. As would not appointed a senator. Let's make that clear.
Was not appointed a senator.
Okay.
Right. So, now it's a problem because Shannon Dawn Cartwright is not appointed.
Okay.
But my point is, he is now sticking his chest out and trying to look like a peacock, want to look pretty like, the party really needs him. I'm not going to say, the tent isn't wide or when the doors isn't open for persons to return back. I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I wish persons come back. But those same persons who did so much harm to this party, what they did is they hurt the Bahamian people.
Okay.
They stopped the Bahamian people from having administration would have moved this country in a way we have never seen before. And I saw that in Michael Pintat,
Okay.
And now these persons, if they do come back, they're going to have to go to the back of the line. Because we right now we have our young people moving forward.
Yes.
Our young people has been trained, and we put our young people through a lot. I know people saying our torchbearers president didn't do an effective job because he didn't connect with the youths and bring those young voters out.
Okay.
But look at the training he went through.
Yes.
He played a part in our campaign. He played a part in our trying to get elected in government.
Yes.
The next election, that young man could be so strong. And you see what he did it? He did it without the Minnis and Minnis crews, them who's supposed to be there guiding and helping our young people up.
Yeah. Okay.
And I cry shame on them. If you have to be, if the only way you could be a part of an organization, if you lead, then you don't need to be in that organization.
To be a good leader, you must know how to follow.
Yes.
I got you.
And the saddest thing is Dr. Minnis had never had a chance to really follow. It was all given to him. And rather than Dr. Minnis dispelling and saving the party from that defeat, because believe it or not, even though it was only a small fraction, what left behind Dr. Minnis sympathizers, right? What it did to the public, it really crumbed the public.
I understand.
And I think a huge number of that 80,000 persons who didn't show up to vote was person who was saying we need to get it right.
I got you.
And the country is now suffering. The country. I wish for better, but I know if you reward somebody for being so rude to you for the past 4.5 years, you reward them by giving them a second chance. You really think that person is going to do better?
Glutton for punishment.
Use a glutton for punishment is correct. That person right now, man, I don't want to even get into it from the behavior I see with some persons now, and that all for me, baby spirit. Oh, that is so potent right now. It's all for me right now, baby spirit with this administration. I watch the way people starting to act.
Yeah.
The way people looking at you and talking to you.
Yeah.
Because they know you didn't support them.
Just hold your head high, my brother.
But the saddest thing is, Pearly, we allow some 50-some% of persons to determine the outcome when we had some 2,000 plus persons registered to vote.
200,000 plus, yeah.
200,000. And I cry. I mean, you know, I'm here asking the Bahamian people to get involved. We cannot allow our country to go down in a crash course to hell just because we upset or we don't understand some things. Let's get back involved. Okay. We had a good opportunity to move our country further than we've ever been before with that same Michael Pendat. So I'm asking the Bahamian people, let's get back involved. And please, do not stay home and allow persons to govern this country who really, you know, showed us that they don't care.
Thank you, brother.
Really, thanks for your time.
Appreciate the call. Texter says, ask the previous caller if he knows who the name of this number one is. He seems to know everything else. Ooh, boy. You really believe me by the BS when you saying, but you on the radio, you should be ashamed of yourself, but in charge of communications, carrying the campaign opposition, you was weak. Brother, you know, Texter, if you want to insult me, I don't have no problem with that, you know. One thing I got is I got thick skin. So you can say whatever you want to say. You can come on every way you want to say, however you want to say, but be man enough or woman enough and call and say it. Good day, Pearly. Welcome back. Tell the caller it's obvious the FNM supporters don't care either because they didn't come out to vote on the issues what matters most. What the PLP did good was win and got their supporters to vote. The PLP focused on progress versus reset. The FNM has no real plan to move the country forward. Your opinion, no problem. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Yeah, hello, Pearly.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, man. I tried to call you the other day, but yeah, you was on.
Oh, was it naughty the other day? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, man. You know, little rough time, but everything will be all right.
Yeah, one day at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah. Just, you know. Now, used to be talking about why the FNM them lose and this and that.
Well, the real subject, the real question was why people didn't come out to vote, but this evolved into why the FNM lose. Well, go ahead.
When the PLP them win, what percentage voters we used to have come out?
We always, and up until
have a high percentage, right?
Up until the 2017 election, we always had between 89 and 91% voter turnout.
So now this a different, what I'll say, breed of voters. Now you're dealing with more younger, you know.
Yeah.
My generation, that's one to point to, and anything back up with some of them, and they ain't doing nothing for me now. During our tenure, we don't think like that. We take things more serious.
You think it was good for the country? You think it was going to make it good for me through the country?
And so forth.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what it takes to win because Pentad had a good things to go on. You know, we have the issues. We got to deal with the immigration issue, the kickback. I say they get so bold now. They put the number of people in, get them cabinet posts.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of things. But again, this on this generation, they wanted to sit back and then they're looking for handouts. Then when we lose the country, then it could be another thing.
Well, you know,
I don't like what I see going on because, like I said, there was enough things for the FNM to generate more turnout and more voters.
Yeah.
But again, I repeat myself, when the PLP era, we used to have a high turnout then, and the FNM and whoever used to lose. So.
But I did some numbers. I look at the 92 general elections. We had a very high voter turnout.
Thank you.
97, we had a very high voter turnout. 2002, that's both years when the FNM won. In 2002, when the PLP won, is a high voter turnout. In 07, when the FNM won, it's always been a high voter turnout until 2021. And all of a sudden, and see, when people say that's the thing across the world, is Jamaica and other countries in the Caribbean always had lower voter turnouts than us.
Yep.
Always had lower voter turnouts than us. So I don't think it's a trend coming. It's something that's happening in our country. And maybe you say young people just don't care. Maybe they happy with, they got a job, they drive in a Honda, they got money in their pocket. But it only takes one or two things to happen, and all that could go away.
Yep.
All that could go away.
And all the things was going on the PLP era. Now I can say this: the FNM them have to get their act together.
Yes, they do. I agree.
I think Dwayne Sands there, no disrespect to him. I think he need to bow and put somebody else. Let somebody else take up that chairmanship role.
Understood.
And I'll leave with this. You see, the other day, they come in there with that, $30,000 of the plane going down.
We ain't talking about it, right? You're trying to avoid talking about that. But
No. See, we can sweep it under the carpet and play forget.
Yeah.
But the USA, they ain't going to forget.
Nope.
That's coming up one way or the other. We could deal that. And in this day and time, plenty money spent, Jack. I might as well tell you.
No, I know.
Plenty money. The F&M spend much money as them.
No, and the F&M spent money, and in accordance, they spent. Let me put it this way. I think they spent enough money to win the election, but the PLP spend more money to take it and hold it.
Yeah,
and it's not running away from that. And it's not trying to make any excuses or anything for anything. They spent a ton of money.
Yeah, and I'll leave you with this. All the F&M got to do is pull their band together.
Yes.
The F&M band together. Notice you don't have no infighting. I mean, the PLP may have infighting, but they don't come out with the public.
But you know what? I hear people saying that, right? And I'll point this out to you. In December 2016, Loretta Butler Turner and the band of F&M members voted Dr. Minnis out as leader of the opposition.
Yep.
And it was perceived that the F&M was a divided party, but they won handily in 17. So I don't know. I don't know if that's really. I think, and I don't. You know, it's hard to say, and that's why I ask people. Tell me why you didn't vote. You know,
like I say,
were you afraid of the long lines? Do you just don't care about the system?
I been on that long line and thing. And I didn't wait that long, but I've been. You know, I going on the preview.
On advance vote.
Pre-vote, yeah.
Okay, I voted in advance, but I went at 5 o'clock, and I was in and out in less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I don't take too long.
But you know, Bahamas, we don't like two line. When I was in college, I never used to like two line for lunch. I used to walk up to the front, so I know how we go.
There was issues. There's plenty, and we ain't talking about making up issues. There was issues for us to F&M to deal with.
Yeah. Did the Bahamian people pay attention to the issues of the country? Because do you think they paid attention that immigration is an issue, that you had so much?
That's a big
bunch of things went down. You know, do people care about that?
Huh? We have to protect this country, buddy.
You know.
You got grant, I got grant.
Yeah, I got my grandson.
We could be in problem. Everything money. You see, like I repeat myself, that 30 pound on the plane coming in, they spend a ton of money.
Boy.
And I pray, good Lord, that the F&M could get unified together and come to the public and show they are unified.
Show you how
they'll do it.
Yep.
But anyway.
Okay, brother. Appreciate the call. Take care, man. Good to hear your voice. Interesting. Call you on there. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Purley.
How you doing?
It's so good to hear from you again.
Thank you.
But just let me say this.
Okay.
I've been listening to this show now for a while.
Yes.
I mean, in totality,
yes.
a lot of times, a lot of years.
Okay.
But the thing it is, this particular show, I'm listening with interest, and I'm hearing people say, especially some of their previous callers, that the people of the Bahamas didn't buy the F&M's message. You mean the PLPs who voted didn't buy, probably didn't buy the F&M's message, and that's obvious, and that's fine. Because all of the persons who voted, and of course many who didn't vote, you cannot tell me that the F&M's message didn't appeal to them.
So why did they stay home?
Well, now that needs to be questioned, of course,
okay.
and I truly believe that F&M's didn't vote, and I think PLPs didn't vote too.
Yeah, I saw in some instances some PLPs got less votes this time than they did last time. So it may be an indication that people just tired of both parties or tired of the election process.
Well, you know, that is what is being said in many circles, and it has been being said now for a while that some people are feeling that both parties have failed them, and that's fine. That's their opinion, and that's fine. But my thing, when I hear, and let me say another thing too.
Okay.
We don't need no PLP sympathizers calling around here acting like they care about the F&M. They love the way their party won. They love now that they're in power, and they'll continue to dominate and whatever. That's fine. This is your day. Shine, baby, shine. But the thing about it is, there are others who are Bahamians. I am a Bahamian. I'm a proud one, and we deserve recognition. Mr. Pintard is a measured leader who I respect highly, and he's not a radical, but many times he has brought issues to the light. So I don't want nobody talking about, oh, well, this man didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't that. Well, people made their choice.
I have mad respect for him, mad respect.
And let me tell you something else before I go. These two now, out in the wilderness, ex-FNMs who coming around here, but let them in? Well, bro, it ain't up to me. Because if it was, no. You went and you let Mr. What's his name, Minnis, lead you astray. What you coming back here for? Because the minute you come, you're going to come back here and try the same thing that you tried then. You're not going to support the leadership, but you just want to be in the know now, especially after Mr. Minnis didn't lose his seat. Let them stay out and form their own party, and that's all I have to say. FNM, be encouraged. It ain't over yet. Thank you.
Take care. Call you on there. You got 30 seconds.
Early.
Hey.
My whole family, from my great-grandfather to my grandfather, was PLP.
Yes, sir.
Still in the administration, senators, the declaration, all of that.
Uh-huh.
Understand?
Yes.
The PLP young liberals, they did an excellent job.
Okay.
An excellent job. That's my cousin them and thing.
Okay.
Understand? I can't hate them for following that, and I can't do nothing but that.
Okay.
What happened to the torch bearers?
Good question. Good question. Sorry. Oh, okay. Call you on the air. Sorry about that. Call you on the air. How you doing? Last caller? This your last caller? Caller, you got the last say. What's up?
Yes, Mr. Purdy, I can try to be quick.
Okay.
I'm a first time calling your show. Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But one of the things that I'm concerned about, I'm a patriot.
Yes.
Okay? I'm a concerned citizen.
Yes.
Okay? I listened to that caller a few calls back who is dictating or trying to dictate to FNM supporters what to think. You know, as a concerned citizen, what I'd like to think?
Uh-huh.
I would like to think what happened at the plane crash.
Yes.
On election day, I'd like to think why the election register was intentionally chaotic. I would like to focus on the $500 million with the government borrowed. Where did that go? I would like to think, why is the hospital in the condition that it is in?
Yes.
See, I don't want nobody change no narrative on intelligent people in this country. Let us stick to the current issues and try get questions when the opposition asks questions about 150 questions about what is pertinent issues in this country, pertinent issues. Why we are not getting any answers? Why has been intentionally sabotaged the opposition party? Why is the government not answering the questions that, as concerned citizens, what we need to know? Secondly, why is it when intelligent people call the shows and ask questions, we are told that we are haters, or we are told that we want the country to fail? What the hell are we doing in this country?
We want our country to succeed, and I appreciate your call. I got to run at 5 o'clock, and you're so right, caller. You're so right. Questions have to be asked. And the one question Pearlie has to ask and wants to know, who was that politician who sat in the sacred halls of our House of Assembly and struck a drug deal? I want to know that, because that is deplorable. And if any one of those 33 members of Parliament is involved, step down. Let's do the right thing. Because I believe me, some other people can come at us for allowing that foolishness to happen. This has been Pearlie. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's such a pleasure to be back. I am so happy to be back. When we come back at the 5 o'clock hour, I'm going to read the rest of the text. And then I've got my favorite people, the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League, and to come and talk about some things that happen and get back into a little bit of sports. Thank you so much. We'll be back right after the news.
For me to feel this way, it's hard for me to understand. I'm happy every day.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new Barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, then wrapped in a delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new Barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Nazi and MJ is brought to you by Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday here with Pearlie in the house here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We're going to take this in one caller. I'm going to read the texts and we're going to get right into what we talk on the second hour of our show, sports, because I've got my friends from the Bahamas Youth Flag Football Association. I messed that up, eh? No, you did. But anyway, Mystery, what you saying?
What's up, Pearlie? Welcome back, man.
How you doing, my brother? All is well?
Good to have you. Yes, all is well. Listen, Pearlie.
Uh-huh.
That boy, what Naughty named him Johnny 2 times.
Yeah.
I think that boy like man, you know.
Yeah. Why you would say that?
Because every day he hopping from show to show asking about the deputy leader for the FNM.
I don't know why. I mean, that's the internal
every
business and decisions are made.
Asking about Shannon on Cartwright. I believe he like man. If he want to know about the deputy leader, I'm sure his numbers in the directory. All you got to do is call him and ask him.
You can ask him, yeah, and he's available.
That's all.
And if you really want to talk to him, Tuesdays he's in FNM headquarters. Call him and talk to him.
Yeah, call him and talk to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
You have to expose your business on the air like you like man. Keep on asking about one man. All right, thanks.
Mystery, I see that quarterback you got now, but you got a rocket arm, I hear.
Which one?
Willis. I hear you got a good arm.
Boy, that's what we need.
So,
listen, anything better than Tua.
So you accepted him as your quarterback. I just want to be clear on that because I don't want you come to me in December talking some other foolishness now.
Pearlie, you know I would accept anybody other than Tua.
I got you. Okay.
So I accept him for now.
All right, I got you.
Let me put him on a trial.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Mystery Dolphin, it's so good to hear your voice. Take care, my brother. Listen, let's read over what's going on in sports in The Guardian. Dynamos win BFA Knockout Cup title. Ah, boy. You know, the Dynamos is probably one of the oldest soccer teams in the country. You know, I remember as a little boy, and the same uniform they were playing. Eagles Sharks win GSSA junior titles. And collegiate volleyball event coming to the Bahamas. Volleyball has always been one of my favorite sports. Let me read a couple of these texts. A lot of people text. I didn't get to all. Just read it. I can't read all. Pearlie, I think Pintad ran a great campaign. He's also kept reminding FNMs that we are under new management. Only thing left was for him to lift them up and take them to the polls. Some of them too hard-headed. Welcome back, Pearly. I cry shame on those who so-called FNMs who rather see the country go down the drain just because Pinbad didn't give Minutes a nomination. Y'all ain't no real FNMs. Hey, Pearly, the FNM has for last decade had no real person in front of the party speaking to explain the ideas and policies in charge of messaging economic future of the Bahamian people. Brother, I don't think you've been listening. My brother, that's it. Let's get into what we really come to talk about in this second half of the show. I've got my favorite people in, the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League people in. Introduce yourselves to our listeners, please. Ladies first.
Of course.
Ladies first. Even though she's in my bad books. Ladies first. Go ahead, darling.
My name is Ine Marshall.
Coach Ine Marshall.
Coach Ine Marshall. I have been coaching with the BYFFL from inception, give or take a few months. I'm one of the coaches for our national traveling team.
And you have some titles in the league as well, right?
And I'm a champion.
Okay.
I am past champion, multiple years.
Okay.
And I also manage social media for the league.
Super. Brother Monroe?
Yes, Reginald Monroe. I'm also a coach at BYFFL. I've been a champion both locally and internationally, and recently won the high school tournament for the under 14 age.
Which school?
QC.
Let's move right along.
You look so disappointed. We had to spank the sock, that big red machine.
Listen, this might show hey.
Sorry.
Hey, security!
That's crazy.
We did hear this.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Go ahead, Coach. Coach
Akeem, I've been a part of BYFFL for like 3.5 years now. Also, a coach of one of our traveling teams, our 9U crew. Haven't won internationally like Monroe yet, but that's on the bucket list.
Okay.
But he beat me.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
he did.
in the high school tournament, I coached CV Bell. I've been coaching CV Bell for like 4 years now, which my introduction to coaching.
Okay.
And after so long, it's been finally, we got our rewards for our hard work. So we won the high school tournament in the over 14 division.
So give me the results of the high school tournament of all divisions.
So we only had 2 divisions.
So you mean Saki win none this year?
No,
Nothing.
SAC has been dethroned in all divisions.
Anyway, I'm going down there to have a talk with them.
So we have the under 14 and over 14.
So CV Battle is the over 14.
Over 14 champions, and QC Comets are the under 14 champions.
Congratulations.
By the way, QC was my first team. I started them in the high school tournament.
But you got wise and moved on.
No, due to my scheduling, I couldn't continue. And so
Monroe ain't gonna let me get away with that.
Yes, Monroe picked up the mantle. So he had something to work with. He didn't go there,
Yeah, he ain't built the team. He just took over.
Something to work with.
That's like when Jimmy Johnson left and then switched to take over Dallas and won up Jimmy team. I got you.
It's not like that. We all put in the work.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Congratulations to Queen's College in the win. Congratulations to CV Bell. Glad to hear more glad to hear CV Bell won than QC Bell. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only teasing. I've been a supporter of this league, and I'm happy to see that other schools and it's growing, and that's good. That's a good sign. So, you getting ready to travel?
Yes.
No? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah?
We got a couple tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a few tournaments coming up. We have 2 teams heading to Grand Bahama. Yes, I think next month.
Okay.
Yes, they're going to the Shockwave tournament that's managed by Eugene McMins. He's running an excellent program over there in Freeport.
Super.
Then we have...
You have 2 all-star teams or 2 individual...
we are taking 2 of our all-star teams.
Super, okay.
Yes. We also have the 15U team that's traveling to Iowa for...
It's nothing in Iowa but corn.
Yes, but that's where they're doing the Olympic qualifiers.
Okay, so this is for the...
Youth Olympic qualifiers.
Okay. This is not the regular Olympic. And I mean, not the ones who go
into... Yeah, this is not just our regular tournaments that we go to. This is an actual Olympic qualifier.
No, that's the actual... Olympic meet because remember we qualified.
Yes.
So this is the team. Where the Olympics is next in 28
in LA.
In LA.
So this is the team that's gonna hopefully can qualify to go to LA.
Yes.
Okay.
The 17U team now has already qualified.
Okay.
So they've already gotten their invitation.
So this team is over 17?
So Monroe's team is the 17U now, and the 16U team that is coached by Shavar, they are going to a tournament in Iowa.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to school in Minnesota, so there's all kinds of jokes. How do you find Iowa? Drive south till you smell it. Stuff like that. But Iowa, Caitlin Clark from Iowa, so, I'm an Angel Reese fan, so let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else going on with the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League?
Currently, we are in our week 3 of our Spring Bowl program. That is going to be run until June 20th.
Okay. And what is the Spring Bowl?
So Spring Bowl is really our launch pad season for the rest of the year. Okay. We get a lot of new recruits in this program. And so this basically gets them prepared for our regular season that starts the end of August.
Okay.
So it's just, going through fundamentals, working the new kids, getting them acclimated into the sport. And it's like a little freshen up for the current vets. Yes.
So how many new kids you've got now? You've grown by?
Well, we really don't see our growth until regular season because a lot of our vets don't come to Spring Bowl because they know it's not for a trophy or anything like that. Everyone shows up for regular season.
Yeah, but new kids.
This
these are
Spring Bowl, we have had a whole lot of new faces. I'm sure we've had over 50 kids, brand new kids registered this season. A lot more girls. Okay. We are actually, Monroe and myself are working on a all-girls team.
That was my next question. How soon are we going to see an all-girls team?
Yes, that is in the process right now. We are trying to build that together.
And the girls are picking up the game pretty well?
They're getting there. I had to take a little leave from the girls for a little bit, so Monroe can... he can give you more information about that.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
They'll get there. I've seen improvement over the last few weeks, but obviously we had to stop because we had to prepare for the school tournament.
Okay, is it the enthusiasm is high amongst the girls?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Initially, when we started, we had 3 girls come out.
Yeah, week 1.
The first week, and by the time the program ended, we were probably up to about 18 girls.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's really growing.
What age group are these girls? I mean, are they all the age groups, or one particular age group is dominating them? How many?
They're all between the age of 13 to 16.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
We have a little one with them who's been working with them.
When you say a little one.
Yeah, she is 9 years old.
She probably beat up on all them.
She's actually been playing longer than them, and so she's been getting a little frustrated.
She's 10 now, Nick.
Yeah.
So, why you gotta catch the ball? Why you talking?
Yeah, she's like, why are they playing like this?
That's a real aggressive one.
Yes.
All right, let's take this call. Call you on the air. How you doing?
A pleasant good afternoon, Purdy.
Hey, Sparky, what's up?
I hear you playing with them flag football people there.
Yes, I am.
But I did hear you mention something that one time ago, volleyball was one of your favorite sports.
Yeah.
I don't know where you was back in the 70s, but back in the 70s,
I was still in soccer.
Was baseball, basketball, and volleyball.
Yes, I remember the volleyball, Russia Cartwright and crew and all those guys, Carl Mins and everybody. I remember those players.
Well, would you believe that Sparky was also was also on the first volleyball team that left the Bahamas to represent the Bahamas in St. Petersburg, Florida, and Sarasota, Florida.
Really? So I know you wasn't no spiker, you was a setter, right?
I was a set man.
Okay.
Me and Oswald Moore and a lot of short guys was a set man.
Yeah.
And Brockles Barrett, Peter Bessel, Timmy Barrett.
Yep, I remember
Eddie Smith, Carl Mins.
Yep.
Leroy Fox, and all of we. But we going over there, and that's the first time we ever saw a gym. When we walk in there, the gym was like, you talking there, echo, and it's so big and high.
Yeah.
And them tall American white boys, we ain't score points. 2 days.
That's a good experience.
It was proud to know that we actually met Dr. Norman Gay and brother Tom the Bird Grant
Yes.
was president and deputy president.
Yes.
I remember the meetings that we selected in St. Joseph schoolroom, and then that's when they voted Dr. Norman Gay over Thomas the Bird Grant.
Okay.
And then we lined up and we warmed up and we went and we traveled and we took Kentucky and everybody stopped on the bar on the way to the airport. You got to travel with a 6-pack of 40 ounce or whatever you want.
That's the why y'all ain't scoring no points right there. That's really right there why y'all ain't scoring no points.
We were so happy being in these new places we had heard about St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
And Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah. St. Petersburg right next to Tampa.
But the night before we were in Sarasota, we went to one of them all you can eat to pay at the door and you just go in there and could eat.
They run y'all out there after a while.
It's like these fellas and these fellas can hardly walk.
You don't give Amos free. You don't tell Amos to eat all you can eat. They just get run out.
The guy was slicing some lamb and things. And the fellas standing up there was eating while the fellow was slicing. But hey, it was back in the day. Volleyball was the hot spot. The gyms, Donald Davis Gym and Air Valley was crowded all the time. It was the Paradise Island Giants. I was on Paradise Island Giants. And then the team we could have never beat was Prince William.
Yeah.
We had sock under our shoes. It would always become second, Prince William, but always with Carl Mintz and Leroy Fox and all of them, Russell them.
I remember
we
that.
We just couldn't beat them in the big games. We maybe got to get 1 or 2 games during the season.
But that was
when
it.
it comes to the championship.
I remember that.
And we also played in a place most of y'all people don't even know, a place called the Oaksfield Hangar.
I know about that.
Yeah, but you know the people in your studio right now, they know number the Oaksfield Hangar.
Maybe not. I stood Page Boy when wedding reception in the Oaksfield Hangar.
The basketball court is in the sports center now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All of that area is a big hangar where the English soldiers used to be in there.
Yeah.
And all of they start boxing in there.
Yeah.
And James Brown came to the hangar one time.
I got you.
They was throwing some undergarments up on the stage.
Sparky, I can let you go now when they can talk flag, but thank you so much for calling. Sparky, next week when I come back, I want you to call me and tell me about your time in Jamaica. I heard your story. So, boy. So, let's take our first break, Mr. Producer. When we come back, we're going to talk more to my friends here from the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League. We get into the picks, and then we let you know what's happening in the final 15. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. A little rusty, but I'll get back to it. We'll be right back.
Turn a trip to Burger King Nassau into a galactic adventure with the Mondo and Grogu Whopper Combo, featuring special shake fries. Whether you're a bounty hunter in training or just here for your way, Burger King Nassau has everything Mandalorian and Grogu related you could want. Grab the toys, the mugs, the crowns, and your crew, and head on down to BK and celebrate the Mandalorian and Grogu adventure with Burger King Nassau. This is the way.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl, on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
and welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I've got my guests in here from the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League. We're talking youth flag football. You know, I had to bring them back as my first guest before, but I've been gone so long. But I just want to throw them at Jeff. Did you watch my Dodgers last night? 4-0 shutout. I just hope you watched that. So, Coach, I just had to throw Jeff. He messes with me with my Dodgers every time, so I got to let him know that. I can say, you know what his response can be? Oh, y'all get away. A 1-0 win is a getaway, not a 4-0 shutout. Otani was awesome last night, wasn't he, Jeff? He had a home run to it, didn't he, Jeff? Okay. So, have you been getting? How has the league been getting in terms of trying to get these kids to take their talents to South Beach? I mean, just want to use LeBron. Have you been getting any exposure for the league in terms of high school, colleges, stuff like that?
Well, you know, we have been getting a lot of recognition when we travel to these tournaments. And so people are looking to us now for talent in the U.S.
Okay.
And that's from a high school level.
Okay.
Just last week, we had a coach from Zephyr Hills Christian Academy,
Okay.
Coach Donovan Harris, and he did a one-day camp with our
Okay,
kids.
wonderful.
So he was able to see what we are working with, able to assess our kids. And it was really we got off to a rocky start because the weather was really bad.
Yeah, it was some bad
But
weather.
once that rain stopped, he was out there on the field with those kids. And, you know, he had them on the ground doing push-ups and everything.
So is he a flag football coach or real?
He's a contact football
Okay,
coach.
okay.
Yes.
So possibility he might get some kids to go to.
So anything can happen from
Okay.
that. We just had one of our kids accepted to a school. His name is Miles. He just got accepted into
school?
high school. Yes,
Super.
last week. So he should be leaving soon.
Yeah, for spring spring practice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the other boys, they're doing very well. Christopher, Desarian, Storm, they're doing very well. All of them
The
are
quarterback,
in-house
the
school-
super
in high
quarterback
school.
from the championship team. Who's your quarterback?
That's his son.
That's my son.
What's his name again?
Chris,
Chris, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
He actually just came home.
Okay.
So he's home now. Yeah.
He's home. How was it?
He's good. He leaves the end of the month.
For spring practice. He's in college now, right?
No, he's in high school.
High school?
Yeah, high school reopens for him.
Okay.
At the end of the month.
Yeah, for some of them, because you got to get into spring practice and all that stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started, or did he get a lot of playing time?
No, he starts.
He starts
He's
at
a-
quarterback.
Yes. He's a
Cool.
starting quarterback.
What was the? Come on, but you sound like you don't want to talk about it. Like,
Like, give us some stats.
when I go up with my son, I'd be like, my son did this, my son did that.
I mean, last year they had a pretty good year.
Okay.
They went 8-3.
All right.
They lost a heartbreaker at the end of the year in Cali. We traveled over there to see it.
He's in California.
No, he's in Utah.
Okay.
But they traveled. They traveled from state
Yeah,
to
yeah,
state
yeah,
to
yeah,
play.
yeah.
So we actually went there to watch that game. They led the entire game and lost with like 5 minutes left.
Wow.
It was a heartbreaker.
So how did he get in Utah? I mean, Utah is like,
well,
the moment. That's Mormons, right?
No. He lives. Well, it's
Mormontown.
called Mormon country. But
Yeah.
He lives right outside of Salt Lake.
Okay.
So it's not like in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But he got there through one of his guidance counselors.
Okay.
Made the recommendation because we wanted to have him have that access
Yeah.
to the U.S. and the education system.
Yeah.
So one of his guidance counselors made that recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He likes it.
He loves it. I think he liked them more than home.
I found that Bahamian males tend to enjoy being off in school a lot more than the females. They adapt a lot easier. They get more involved. They make friends a lot easier and all that. So, I know his daddy, so I'm sure he comes from good stock.
Yeah, I mean the only time he complains is during the winter months when there's
Hey,
no sunlight.
That's where you appreciate where you come from.
Yes.
Okay. So what else going on with Bahamas Youth Flag Football? What's happening this weekend?
So this weekend we continue into our spring bowl sessions. We break our kids up into groups so that we can provide them with, a more concentrated product instead of bringing in all the kids at once and trying to deal with over 100 kids. And so we have our 6 to 9. They come in at 12 to 1:30. We have our 10 to 13 kids. They start from 1:15 to 2:45. And then our 14 to 17-year-old kids start at 2:30 and they finish up at 4.
Okay.
So.
And you there all day?
I'm there all day,
Wow,
every Saturday.
Super.
Yes. So it's a lot. We're actually looking for volunteer coaches right now.
Okay.
Definitely.
We can get whatever help we can get. That we would be grateful for, because the program has really taken off within the last 2 to 3 years, and we're now behind staff-wise.
Okay.
So we got to catch up when it comes to staffing. So we need some more committed coaches that can come out every Saturday and help us out with the kids.
Okay. So people, if you love football, you love working with kids, come out and volunteer and help. The Bahamas Youth Flag Football League is a good thing. They're growing great young men and women in the league, teaching them the sport of football that Bahamians love. Yes. And if you could give some time, give some time. You know, you're always looking for somebody to do some things. We're good at criticizing from afar. You should do this, you should do that. And when people tell me, I say, why don't you come and help me do this, or help me do that?
Be the change you want to see.
Yeah, so if you want to help young people, you want to work and you love football, you don't have to be the best coach, you know. Just come out and participate. We have the veteran coaches who will take the lead, and they will guide you.
Yes.
And they will help you move into the state of bringing, so maybe you can get more kids to come out, get more teams in the league, and grow this league as it should be. Because we have an opportunity to be in the Olympics in L.A., and it'll be great to see the Bahamas there. Because when we do travel, we do dominate in other leagues. So you'll be surprised beating up on the Americans in the Olympics and bringing home a medal. That would be the most wonderful thing.
Yes, it would. Definitely would.
What else is happening with Bahamas Youth Flag Football? When does the league start? So you go into the end of June with the spring?
So we go into June 20th with our spring bowl. We'll do a summer break.
Don't forget the draft part of it.
We don't have a summer program. However, at the end of August, that's when we go into our big season, which is our regular season. And that's where all the action happens.
The draft.
We have our live drafts. Coaches really, get out on.
People, let me tell you something.
It's a very exciting day for us, draft day, I must say.
Y'all think the NFL draft is something? Y'all gotta come watch this draft.
I want way better. You could come. Like I said, you can be out there.
I want to watch that this year.
This year, I expect it to be even more exciting because now we have a larger pool of girls.
Right.
And when you have girls that score, they get
two extra points.
Okay. So let me tell you, have you been getting participation from all the coaches? Because I know they're there with the book writing down, this girl look like she can run
Well,
far.
the smart coaches are
she can
making
catch.
notes.
I know certain coaches might laugh, right? If you look forward, right? You can't tell me he ain't got his book of notes. You can't tell me this brother ain't got his book of
mine
notes.
as well.
You do?
However, they don't get to know the kids to the extent of learning their names and putting them to faces. So come draft day, some of them will be looking for. I could see their photo because once the kids register, they have to upload a photo.
Yes.
So they're looking for photos. That time I know these
You
kids.
done got the name down back.
First and last name,
But
everything.
you notice, so he goes very quiet in front of me, right? I think he can sneak y'all this year.
This is certain coach who don't remember names.
Yeah.
My results speak for themselves.
I hear that. I hear that. Let's take this caller. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Yes, Freddie. How are you?
I am good, my brother. How are you?
That's good. Freddie, I was trying to call you the first hour on your show.
All right. I can give you a blind this time because we're talking flag, but go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. What happened is the F&M needed the COI, lost the general election. The Bahamian people lose the general election.
I hear you.
They don't know the value of them. They don't know the value of this country, and they don't know the value of what this country has for them.
Yep.
So the F&M didn't lose, needed the COI.
Okay.
When people start to understand what the value is of them,
Yeah.
other than parties, then they would discover what the Lord put here for us all.
Amen.
And until that happens, the PLP would always manipulate the poor because we have more poor who don't understand, or more unfortunate, or who is fortunate but don't know it, that understand the values of us on this country.
Amen.
And when we don't understand that only is a few of us. Until we understand the value of us, instead of $200 or $300 a couple of weeks and a couple of days just before the general election, even on the election day, a couple of $100 and a hat and a shirt and something to drink and something to eat, then they would discover how important this life is in this country and wherever.
Unfortunately, be our country.
They forget it.
Amen. Thank you, my brother.
And another thing, for
yes, sir.
And if you giving out citizenship and things for votes and so forth, that's one of the things the people of this country should look at. You selling the birthright of your country
allegedly
for porridge.
I hear you, brother. Thanks for the call. I appreciate that. That was interesting. So, Coach Marshall, I know you got one or two in particular you're looking at. Not the talky secrets in front of these two other young men here, but.
Well, they have an idea of, especially when it comes to the new girls, they have an idea. See, Monroe and I, we have the inside scoop because we've been coaching these girls.
So but why are you so quiet?
Me? Oh, I let no talk.
Okay, I got you.
So, we kind of have a little advantage over the other coaches because we were working with them separately during the week.
Okay.
So other coaches weren't able to see what the girls were doing.
Unfair advantage.
It's not really unfair. We were just given that opportunity.
And you took it.
So
I blame you.
I would take it.
Because other coaches had the opportunity
right now,
to take
I'm
it,
the
right?
only female coach, so it was,
it makes sense.
It made sense for a female coach to coach a girls' team. And then we have Monroe, who is, one of our bestest of the best.
My daughter plays.
And yes, his daughter plays.
How old is she?
She's 14.
Okay.
She's a quarterback.
She plays for QC.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I get to QC.
So she quarterbacked the QC team for the championship?
Yes.
Interesting. That was under 14.
That's
under
14.
14.
Okay, that's wonderful. I like that. So your league starts in August with the draft.
Yes.
All right, in the spring bowl. Have you seen any boys who look that have some potential to be who's just getting into it?
We actually
I have, but I ain't see.
So why say I have if you ain't gonna say? Now you know they can be watching you.
They can afford to watch, but they ain't know what they're recording.
Okay, I got you. Interesting. All right.
There are always some gems.
Okay.
Every
year?
single
Definitely.
program we run, we have some gems that join the program, and
So I have a question here. What happens when the kids age out? You
Well-
encourage them to go to the regular league, or they just stop playing?
What tends to happen is with our kids now, some of our kids being watched by those in the States. Some of them are picked up, like we mentioned before, like, Monroe's son, Storm, and others, and Miles. So if that don't happen, those who decide to stay here, they tend to move to the adult league. Because I actually had, with CV Bell, one of my kids, he graduated last year. Didn't win the high school tournament last year, but I brought him on as assistant coach this year, so he could get the ring this year. But he also plays in the adult league right now because he goes to BTVI, and he also plays in the adult league. And he's doing fairly well. He already got 2 touchdowns as a rookie in the adult league. So that's one of the things that tends to happen. They come in the league, they find a great love for it, and most of them, they don't ever let it go.
Okay, that's wonderful. So a lot of these kids, their parents get them, or these kids to see the league, or they hear from their friends talking about it, say, I want to play, get me in the league.
Most of them hear about it from friends. Yes.
And you should come play this fun.
Yes.
Okay. Caller, you on there. How you doing?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Michelle Lewis.
Hi, Michelle Lewis.
And I am the parent or the mom of Miles Morse, who's actually going off to school in the fall to complete his high school study and play flag football, well, actually American football in the U.S.
Okay.
And I would like to say, while we have the team in the studio, thanks, and we're grateful to the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League and Jason Clark, who's the president of the league, for actually welcoming Miles, teaching him the game of flag football, and giving him the opportunity to actually play and showcase his talent and his athletic abilities. And so we're really excited that Miles was scouted out, and we've had those conversations with the coaches and the directors at the school where he'll be going to in the later fall.
Okay.
And again, we're just thankful that we were able to come into the program and absorb all of the knowledge and take advantage of the opportunities that were given to Miles and being able to benefit from the program. And so I thought it was necessary to give back in this way by any parents out there who have kids that are athletically inclined, or even if they're not, get them out, get them involved, get them active, and you never know. Doors will open up for your kids once you give them the opportunity and you expose them to the opportunities. And again, this is one of the programs that Miles would have participated in, and we really, really took advantage of it, and we leaned into it.
Wonderful. And what high school in Nassau does he attend?
Sorry?
What school in Nassau does he attend?
He attends SAC.
I knew it was a reason why I asked you that.
He's an 11th grader. He actually just would have turned 16 last week, Monday.
Okay.
He's an 11th grader at SAC, and come later on July, we'll be actually transitioning.
Wonderful. Hey, Delou's a good athlete from SAC, but I'm glad that he's getting to do what he loves to do, and congratulations to Miles, and congratulations to you, Michelle.
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I'm sure he'll do well. He come from a great school, so he has a good academic background. He has a good athletic background, and he'll do well.
Yes.
You don't think so, Coach Monroe?
I mean, Miles is a great kid.
Yeah,
I always like Miles. So I'm certain that he'll do well. It's unfortunate that he went to SAC, though.
Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, not everybody's truly best.
I must say, I had Miles in my first year coaching in my 10 to 13 division. Excellent QB. He actually carried our team in the playoff game. We lost in the first round, but in that game where he was my quarterback, no one was catching the ball. So he had to turn to Lamar Jackson. He took over the game, kept us in the game, but unfortunately defense couldn't
stop him. Well, that's things happen.
Yeah, but I had a pleasure. It was a pleasure coaching Miles for at least 1 year.
You see, stuff like this would make what you do all that more rewarding. That you see young men get and women get a chance to go off and hone their skills and use it to advance themselves academically as well as sports wise.
What I liked about Miles is his attitude in terms of never quit.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
Even if he's down, he would still give you that good consistency.
That's the sock upgrade we ran, but unfortunately, that's the sock way. We don't quit.
I think that's
never quit.
I think that's his mom
sock and then
his mom probably went to sock too. Anyway, that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for attending. I'm so happy that you're my first guest and coming back. You'll be back soon, I'm sure.
Yes, we will definitely be back and keep you posted with all the traveling that we'll be doing.
Okay.
The plan is to go to Grand Bahama and come back with the trophies again this year because we did last year.
Yes.
And
we're going for the junior
we
this
just
time.
we just want to make special mention of the teams from Abaco.
Okay.
And Harbor Island.
Harbor Island.
They were here for the high school tournament last week, and they did an excellent showing. So we're expecting greater things from them coming this year.
Excellent. Great. This is Pearly, Guardian Radio 96.9 Talking Heads. My guest was the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League. So wonderful to talk to them. I'll be back with Naughty tomorrow. I'll see you next week, Thursday. And stay tuned. Rich Eisen has an excellent Final 15 talking about the lousy, terrible officiating in this Thunder Spurs series.
God.
We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new Barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, then wrapped in a delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new Barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Conversation that you're alluding to right there is every single time the Oklahoma City Thunder win a playoff basketball game, we're talking about how they flop and the officiating and how they're being poorly officiated. But I do, before getting into that, want to say just how wildly entertaining the first two games of the Western Conference Finals have been, and the first three playoff games of these conference finals so far. The first two of the West sandwiched around that comeback win by the Knicks that the Cavs are trying to rebound from tonight in Madison Square Garden on the ESPN family of networks, the Disney family of networks. That'll be later on tonight. And it's just been superb. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's MVP awarding, led to Victor Wembanyama's 40-20 piece on game one night, back on Monday night, that SGA showed up last night, and he does hit the floor an absurd amount of times. Like,
on every shot.
Like even Joel Embiid sitting at home going, that's embarrassing. And so it's frustrating to watch, but the guy is particularly special and one of the best basketball players in the NBA, where you're wondering does he need to even do it sometimes, and
ever,
and the officials aren't, biting as much as they have. He took just 6 free throws last night, which is a box you want to check if you're the San Antonio Spurs,
That's
certainly
true.
when playing SGA in his home arena. Just 6 free throws for him last night. 12 of 24 from the field, though, and a lot of them coming every single time the Spurs would make it a one-possession game after the Thunder took a 10 or 11-point lead. There was, as you know, in the end of the first half, a comfort zone for Oklahoma City where they led anywhere between 6 and 11 or 12 points, and then the Spurs made a run to start the second half, and then SGA and the rest of this highly talented team. Alex Caruso is just a marvel to watch play basketball. I loved listening to Jamal Crawford and Reggie Miller both kind of chuckling at his game, where he would just come off the bench and within 2 seconds gets his first touch and he launches a three and he heat checks successfully. It really, he checks in and then heat checks, this guy. And he plays both ends of the floor. And a transition game is crucial for him. Dude, I don't, again, mean to bring up any sore subject, but how the hell did the Philadelphia 76ers just let Jared McCain become an Oklahoma City Thunder, essentially, and how many crucial minutes he's playing.
Another long list of bad moves.
And he is playing such terrific basketball. He was only 4 of 14 last night, but his clutch shooting. A.J. Mitchell, another member of this team.
little bit of a breakout, these players.
And, their defense leading to 21 turnovers for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, you could also credit the fact that the Spurs are banged up and De'Aaron Fox is sitting in his street clothes and Stephon Castle is turning the ball over at an alarming rate. He, last night in game number 2, wound up with 9 turnovers after 11 in game 1. That's 20 of the 44 turnovers that the Spurs suffered in the first 2 games of the series, leading to 55 Thunder points, including last night the turnovers that they coughed up. 21 of them led to 27 Oklahoma City Thunder points, which is, by the way, the 5th time in this postseason of the 9 victories that they've had. 5 of them have featured at least 27 points off of turnovers. It's tough to beat this team to begin with. Okay? It's tough to beat this team to begin with. And there's that. So I did want to give some flowers before I jumped into the officiating portion of this conversation, because the Spurs do have some good things to check a box after last night's loss, okay? The fact that they almost won this game and were in it towards the end without De'Aaron Fox for the entirety, and this dynamic 20-year-old Dylan Harper being out for much of the second half. Now, I'm sure Oklahoma City Thunder fans are saying, well, Jalen Williams, he's out with a hamstring injury again, and it looks like Dylan Harper's out with a hamstring injury of his own. They called it a leg injury. He's holding the back of one of his thighs. That's never any bueno. And boy, did they miss his playmaking ability. Mm-hmm. And there's also Stephon Castle with the turnovers, comes in a remarkable game. His ability to get to the basket is outstanding. His throwdown dunk last night on Hartenstein was,
my goodness,
caused me to scream out loud.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like literally, like what,
Yeah.
That was
again. I tweeted, I said some stuff that wasn't safe for work.
I mean, that was unbelievable. And Wembanyama was held to just 21 points and 17 rebounds. That said, this kid, and I know I was calling him, with his burning desire to win, Michael Jordan esque. He's now averaged in the first 2 games of this series 30 points, 20 rebounds. Last guy to start a playoff series averaging 30 and 20. His name's Shaquille O'Neal in the 2001 NBA Finals against your Sixers. That's the last time you've seen a player so dominant with a 30-20 stat line to start a playoff series. And they go home with 1 win in their back pocket, hoping to maybe get De'Aaron Fox back from the dreaded high ankle sprain. Harper's going to go through an MRI. We shall see. But I will just say this. The fact that Victor Wembanyama still scored 21 points, 17 rebounds.
17 rebounds.
And by the way, 4 block shots. There was one sequence that he followed up his own miss.
Yeah.
From the right side of the basket.
Knew he was
with
gonna
a
miss it.
left-handed
miss it.
with a left-handed finish on the other side of the basket.
That was insane.
The fact that he did that and then went down the floor and came up with such a suction cup type block, like a gravity suck type block on the other end of the floor, then wound up on the floor and then got hit. I believe it was Dort or Joe, one of those fellas, who gave him a little bit of business on the floor. The fact that he did that wearing an Isaiah Hartenstein suit all night is truly remarkable. Hartenstein, I mean, if this was football, he would have had about 30 holding penalties last night. Honestly, the Oklahoma City Thunder would have lost about 300 yards.
Personal foul.
300 yards of penalty yards. Not personal foul, holding.
Man, Sean Hotke.
Well, there was one personal foul where he yanked Castle's hair.
His locks. I took personal umbrage to that. So
I mean, that, Tariqa was giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying, was that basically a tangle or a pull? And Reggie's like, no, it was a hair pull.
The hair pull, yeah. He should
You know?
have tossed out for that.
And so the way Hartenstein was allowed to defend Victor Wembanyama last night, he was the primary defender on Wembanyama, according to ESPN tracking, on 47 plays last night. Do you know how many times he was the primary defender on Wembanyama in game 1?
2?
3. 3.
He's got more beef than anyone else on their team.
And so this is now established that Hartenstein is Mark Daigneault's designated defender of Victor Wembanyama.
Designated Lambeer.
And he is going to yank him, pull him, grab his arm, hook his arm.
Try to bait him.
He's going to do all of that. And that way that he handled his business led to everyone wondering if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander saw this and knew that this is not sustainable or a good way to play him. Based on this conversation he had post-game on NBC.
Ball made a pivot defensively, hard on Wemby. What kind of impact did Isaiah have tonight?
I'm not sure if it was good, to be honest. Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Say again?
Break that down for me. Why was his impact not good?
It was all right. It was good. It was good. We wanted to switch it up, give him different looks. That's what it's about. When you play against good players, you got to switch it up. Make sure the rhythm's not the same, and we did that tonight.
Appreciate the honesty. Thank you.
And appreciate kudos to Zora Stevenson. That's a great follow. It's so important to listen. So many people who interview for a living, and it took me years to figure this out sitting in this chair. You're already on to your next question. You don't listen to the answer. And she's like, break that down for me. And he says, what was that? And she goes, break that. Why was that not,
good?
Good. And he then paused and goes, no, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
And then he went to the post-game press conference, and I don't know if somebody said anything to him or whatever, or he realized whatever that exchange was. He was far more effusive about Hartenstein's defense and then was asked this point blank.
Yeah, Shai, your answer on Hart in the post-game interview on the court was different than the one in here. Can you just kind of explain what was going on there?
I didn't really hear her. And then once I realized what she said, I gave her the right answer. Yeah, at first I heard it wrong what she said.
Okay. Do me, listen, I'm just going to do this. Hoskins, do me a favor and re-rack the original, please. And you tell me, it sure sounded like he heard the original question and had a problem hearing the follow-up, which he's just like,
explain it.
Explain it.
Yeah.
Ball made a pivot defensively, hard on Wemby. What kind of impact did Isaiah have tonight?
I'm not sure if it was good, to be honest. Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Say again?
Break that down for me. Why was his impact not good?
It was all right. It was good. It was good. We wanted to switch it up, give him different looks. That's what it's about. When you play against good players, you got to switch it up. Make sure the rhythm's not the same, and we did that tonight.
Appreciate the honesty. Thank you.
Appreciate the honesty. Well done again to Zora Stevenson. Listen, I'll be straight up with you. I don't know if you can wager on this sort of thing on your sites, Christopher.
Ooh, hold on a second. What do you got? You don't know?
If Hartenstein plays the same way, and I imagine he will try, he will foul out in San Antonio in Game 3. I am sure the Spurs video department is cutting up a nice montage of the way Hartenstein abused